Good morning, everyone. Dear judges, dear students, welcome to the 5th National Public Speaking School Competition organized by the College of Arts and Rafik Hariri University. Welcome all. We're going to start the event in a bit, but before I would like to say something. مستر زافان اضطر اجته سفرة طارئة فاضطر ما رح يقدر يكون معنا اليوم، بس نحن بنوعد التوب 5 وينرز رح يكونوا معه ببلا طول سيرة برنامجه على الفيوتشر. بدي اطلب من دكتور هيام لطفي. She would like to say something. And thank you all for being here and for the efforts of everyone.
When you become old, you can't do anything without your eyeglasses. Good morning. Good morning all, participants, teachers, parents, faculty and staff. It's an honor to welcome you all at RHU, celebrating the 5th National School Competitions. We would like to congratulate each of you for the work you did. We are very happy with the challenge, the sheer number of participants, the excitement it has generated, whether it was in essay writing, video development, or public speaking. Your teachers and your families should be proud of what you have accomplished. The learning opportunities beyond the classroom we apply nowadays are improving quality of life and making your world more convenient. Dear participants, everyone sitting here owes part of what they reach to their teachers. Your educational experience is a culmination of the interactions you have had with teachers both in and out of the classroom. For example, if it wasn't for your teacher, you would never have known about ecological issues, pollution, well-being, and you would have never been able to show your creativity at this competition. I look at what you wrote, what you developed, and what you spoke, dear participants, and I see enormous potential in every sense of the word. I see movers and shakers. I see problem solvers. I see healers. I see thinkers, and I see doers. I see courageous individuals who are really ready to soar off and change this world for better in so many ways. As participants of this competition, you have to begin a journey to change the landscape and the way we live for the coming years. So with that in mind, I wanted to leave you with some simple guideline principles as you move into the future. I asked 5 of most trusted colleagues what advice they would give you. The 5 came out with the following: have a passion and thirst for knowledge. Never stop learning. Step outside your comfort zone. Never stop stretching your boundaries. Take the risk. Be confident in yourself. Know your abilities, your strengths, and your weaknesses. Do not be boastful or egoistical, but just honest. Be a team player and build strong relationships. Relationships will be the key in everything you do. Be resilient. The most successful people are some of the most resilient, the ones that quickly bounce back after a crushing blow or a mirror setback. And finally, never ever compromise your integrity. Your reputation is everything, and without it, you are nothing. Only you can determine your measure of success. In the end, each of you will define success in your own way, with your own language, with your own thoughts, and your own deeds. I wish each of you such success and the ability to impact many lives. Congratulations once again. Moreover, from this place, I would also like to take this opportunity to express my deepest gratitude to the juries and my sincere thanks to the Faculty of College of Arts, to the DAs and RHU students who made this event a successful one, hoping our collaborative work leads to continued success in nurturing coming generations of students to become upright, fulfilled, and contributing members of the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hiyam, for the beautiful words. You inspired us. So now we have, please introduce yourself.
I am Shin Halab and I'm the one keeping the time. I'm the timekeeper here. So when you're presenting your public speech, I will be tapping the bell at 4 minutes for like telling you you have to wrap up, and 5 is the maximum time that you have. When you hear the second bell, it means it's the 5th minute, okay?
So are you excited now? We can start?
Yes.
All right. We'll start with the first participant, which is Abdel Qadir al-Baba.
أيها الحضور الكريم، قال إدوارد أوسبورن ويلسون: If all mankind were to disappear, the world would regenerate back to the rich state of equilibrium that existed 10,000 years ago. However, if insects were to vanish, the environment would collapse into chaos. يا لكثرة المشكلات البيئية، ويا لفظاعتها. تلوث، احتباس حراري، تصحر، وأكثر من ذلك بكثير. الحالة البيئية التي يمر بها كوكبنا هذه الأيام مزرية للغاية. قليلون هم الذين يعلمون ما سينتج عن إهمالهم، والذين يدركون أهمية البحث عن حل لمشكلتنا البيئية. وهذه هي المشكلة الرئيسة. كل ما يهتم به البشر هو المال وكيفية تلبية حاجاتهم، فهم مستعدون لتدمير مستقبلهم ومستقبل أبنائهم من أجل الحصول على الربح. وفق دراسة أعدتها مصلحة الأبحاث الزراعية في لبنان، وصلت نسبة التلوث في بعض الشواطئ لا سيما الصناعية وذات الكثافة السكانية إلى نسبة 100%. وقد ورد في جريدة اللواء أن لبنان قد صنف في المرتبة الثالثة عالميا من حيث التلوث. لكن إلى متى سيتحمل لبنان كل ما يحصل به بسبب جهل البشر ولا مبالاتهم؟ وماذا علينا أن نفعل لننقذه من الدمار المحدق به؟ يجب أن نتغلب على جميع هذه المشاكل بالتعاون سويا لتغيير طريقة تعاملنا مع الطبيعة والموارد الطبيعية التي لا تقدر بثمن. يجب علينا أن نربي الأجيال القادمة على احترام البيئة والحفاظ عليها وحمايتها من الأذى، وأن نستخدم وسائل النقل العامة لأنها لا تطلق الكثير من الغازات الضارة، وأن نقلل من كمية انبعاثات المصانع السامة مما يخفف من ظاهرة الاحتباس الحراري. بالإضافة إلى ذلك يجب أن نمنع جميع الحروب من نووية وبيولوجية وكيميائية بكل الطرق الممكنة، إذ أنها تؤثر سلباً على الهواء والمياه والتربة. كل واحد منا بإمكانه أن ينقذ كوكب الأرض من خلال الالتزام بعبارة reduce, reuse, recycle. تلك العبارة البسيطة ذات المعاني العميقة. أولاً، علينا أن نستخدم موادا أقل من استهلاكنا المعتاد لها لتصميم أدوات عديدة كالزجاجات البلاستيكية. ثانياً، بدلاً من أن نتخلص من أشياء استخدمناها لمرة واحدة، بإمكاننا أن نعثر على استخدامات أخرى لها. فمثلاً، يمكننا أن نبيع الأسطوانات المدمجة بدلاً من رميها. وأخيراً، بإعادة التدوير يمكننا أن نستخلص المواد القيمة من المهملات وأن نحولها إلى منتجات جديدة للاستفادة منها. جميع هذه الوسائل قد تحل واحدة من أكبر وأهم المشاكل التي يعانيها العالم أجمع. الطبيعة أمانة من الله جل جلاله، وهبها للإنسان لا لكي يدمرها، بل ليعمر الأرض ويحافظ عليها أيا كان دينه أو جنسه أو لونه أو حتى وطنه. لكن السؤال يبقى: هل سيستطيع الإنسان أن ينقذ كوكب الأرض من الدمار يا ترى؟ Well, time answers all questions. شكرا.
Thank you, Abed. And now the second part.
4 minutes, 37 seconds. 4 minutes, 37 seconds.
So now with the second participant, Ala Naimne. Yes, please.
Planet saving mode on. Good morning to honorable judges, instructors, and audience. I'm here to discuss the most spoken topic about becoming environmentally friendly. Indeed, this is a noteworthy battle by words that nobody thinks about. Before we talk about practicing environmental safety, we will discuss why we ought to make strides toward environmental friendliness, or in other words, why going green. Among the serious issues that Earth is confronting is the across-the-board a worldwide temperature alteration, the circumstance which is at present blasting the planet. We, the incredible, smart, wise, and rapacious, big-headed individuals aren't content with what Mother Earth has given us and need more. Since the earliest starting points, when human race was in its baby stages, Mother Earth helped us. When we required sanctuary, Earth reacted by giving us caverns to live in. When we required nourishment, she had us take from the trees. When we required fire and warmth, she had jolt on trees with the goal that we could get fired. She had us chase creatures for our own pleasure and meat. She had us mine on her to get metals. She had us slice her to assemble channels, feeling that she was supporting one of her kids. Yet we, the people, the swindlers, the egotistical creatures, have accepted that as favorable and stupidly have accepted each open door takes up from Earth. When going green, you're not only saving Earth, you're saving the well-being of your children and your entire planet as well. So ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, we're going for an informative ride. When you think about what you use most, it's bottled water. Well, skip the bottled water. Use a filter to purify H2O rather than shopping for bottled water. Not solely is drinking water pricey, however, it generates massive amounts of instrumentation waste. Bring a reusable bottle, ideally aluminum instead of plastic, with you when traveling or at work. Borrow rather than shopping for. Borrow from libraries rather than shopping for personal books and pens. This protects cash, not to mention the ink and paper that goes into printing new books. Share power tools and different appliances. Get to grasp your neighbors, whereas lowering on the quantity of things cluttering your garage or closet. Buy smart, stock bulk. Getting food from bulk bin will save cash and packaging. Wear garments that do not have to be dry cleaned. This saves cash and cuts down on toxic chemical use. Invest in high quality, long-lived merchandise. You may pay additional now, however, you'll be happy after you haven't got to exchange things as often. And this implies less waste. I'm not saying we should go all Dexter math scientists on us, but little things do matter. Whether it was through doing the things that I've listed, or you just bringing a reusable bag with you when shopping. The list can go on and on. But most importantly, the change starts with you. Don't say tomorrow, say I shall start today. There's no use of waiting. Time is important, especially when we're talking about the only place we have to live on. So go green, save our planet. Thank you.
3 minutes, 21 seconds. Three minutes, 21 seconds.
Now let's welcome Aya Tariq Al-Kurdi.
Dear all, 79.2% of our water and 77.11% of our air is polluted. The rates are enormously huge, and so is the issue. Pollution is a common problem all around the world, especially in our beloved country, Lebanon. It's within our hands, since we are the only living creatures who are capable of making change. Aliens do not exist. Latest researches conducted by the World Health Organization in 2018 revealed that 242 individuals among every 100,000 Lebanese citizens are being diagnosed with cancer. This is probably expected due to the pollution our country has been witnessing for the past years. Diseases are spreading, economy is affected, and pollution rates are increasing. But how can we manage this issue? And what actions should we take to preserve our resources? The first recommended action is seeking a long-term waste management strategy which is based on health principles. Governments should adopt a sustainable solution by providing convenient recycling organizations in different Lebanese cities instead of landfilling, dumping, or burning. In fact, these short-term strategies may cause serious health diseases and, most importantly, respiratory diseases. Stimulating waste management in every Lebanese house is a must. Parents are obliged to urge their children and raise them on eco-friendly values such as reusing and recycling. Or instead, factories might be burning waste and converting it into electric energy, which in fact contributes to 90% less pollution than normal waste burning. On the other hand, instead of using normal plastic, which lasts for several hundred years. Biodegradable plastic is engineered to decompose naturally in the environment within 3 to 6 months only. And so, less pollution would be released and less harm would be caused to our environment. From another side, reducing pollution is crucial in order to avoid health diseases. This could be done by making more space for parks, which form an integral part of healthy cities. Every tree helps fight pollution by reducing the amount of carbon dioxide and other pollutants in the air, thus making the environment cleaner and the air safer to breathe. Another method which really helps in reducing pollution is implementing useful bacteria and plants which have purifying properties in our water resources. These purifying structures are effective in sewage treatment and wastewater treatment by using the free oxygen particles in the water resources to degrade the pollutants and consequently convert it into usable energy. All environmental solutions are applicable and efficient, but specific regulations as well as continuous support from the governments are needed. We are the cause of all the forms of pollution, and simply, we can be the solution. And now, before I come to an end, throughout my entire speech, I was just giving resolutions to abolish pollution. But the truth is, I don't want you to do anything, or to even care about your environment. Yes, this might seem crazy, but the only thing I want from you is to love your environment, because it's a matter of love in the first place. Thank you.
4 minutes, 32 seconds.
And now, it's Christina Sariyuddin's turn.
Good morning, everyone. I'm happy and honored to be with you here today again. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Let's travel in time to 2060. Could you imagine the electric gardens with electromagnetic radiation trees? The skyscrapers, the dark skies of ability, the black seas, the forest with no creatures, and old people with nasal cannulas and inedible agricultural products? To clarify my point of view, let's flash back to 1960, where there were only green and green and green. Now, could you remember the blue skies that were used to color people's black and white portraits with gorgeous birds, endless singings, and rivers and seas? And importantly, could you remember the green pumping heart of life, the green nature? I didn't know how to help my nature, seeing it being destroyed in front of my eyes, until I just wanted to know, do all people think the way I do? Do they all care for their nature, as I do? For my curiosity to know, I've thrown few pieces of tissues, cans, and plastic bags at the very beginning of the street next to my home. And at the end of the street, I've thrown few pieces of copied money, and I wrote on it. And I hid aside to see what people would do after seeing all of these wastes and the money. A few hours later, a young man passed by, putting his earphones on. He kicked away the waste I've thrown and continued his way straight as if nothing has happened. I got disappointed, and I followed him to see what would he do after seeing the money. But sadly, he picked up a 20,000, and he read it. Then he threw it back again. He threw it back because he read what I've written on it. He threw it back because he read, you can pick up a 20,000, but you can't pick up a tissue.
I got disappointed again. Disappointed because I didn't realize if people do know how important their nature is and they keep on destroying it. For me, I hope they don't know over knowing and not giving a fuss about it. And because I care for my nature, I went back to collect the waste that I've thrown. For the young boy passed by and made fun of me saying, "What are you doing? Who still yet cleans the street?" "I do," I said. "I do clean the street." Despite of all what have happened, I still have a dream that one day we will care for birds and animals as we do care for ourselves. I still have a dream that one day we will clean our streets as we do clean our homes, because they are our homes. I still have a dream that in 2060 I could still eat organic tomatoes and lettuce. I still have a dream that one day we will never cut a tree even if trees do not produce Wi-Fi. Sadly, they produce our oxygen. I have a dream that my children and grandchildren will could still see blue skies, not dark skies of pollution. And finally, I have a dream that one day there will no more be people polluting our environment, and we will care and be convinced that without our mother nature, there will no more be hemoglobin to carry oxygen in our blood. That will vanish soon. However, we can still overcome the obstacle we put ourselves in. And as we created lenses to fix our eyesight, we could create something to save our nature, something to reinitiate our humanity and rebuild our sense of responsibility towards nature. Studies have shown that water and air pollution have been increasing widely over the past few years to score on a scale from 1 to 10 and 11. But by increasing and forcing public and local transportation, an odd and even car day number could help in a way or another to decrease that large increase in this pollution. In addition to that, STS, Save the Sea activities, have been widespread all over the countries surrounded by seas and oceans, such as Lebanon, Tunisia, Egypt, Oman, Austria, in order to save, take care, and clean seas, saving marine life in a while. Moreover, Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, has been sharing awareness campaigns all over the world over the past 10 years in order to teach people, and especially farmers, how to properly use fertilizers to prevent soil catastrophe, preventing deforestation and land pollution. Finally, giving youth the opportunity to confess their ideas and thoughts as what's happening now. Because I believe, and we all believe, that youth are the living roots of life that could strengthen the tree and help it bloom even in its storms. We should take a step as soon as possible to save our nature, not to lose it. Because when we lose our mother nature, we're paradoxically losing our lives. Wake up, people. The nature isn't ours. It's a responsibility we hold towards the upcoming generation. Thank you.
4 minutes, 58 seconds. Four 4 seconds. 58.
And now, Farah Harb turn. Farah Harb.
Good morning. Environment and law. The universe is not random. The universe is infinite, but it's not in any way random. Every thought that every man, woman, or child has conceived is built upon a foundation of societal influence. Then, we are influenced by our friends, we are influenced by our families, but most importantly is that we are influenced by our environment. For eons and for years, our environment has influenced our thoughts and actions. Our culture has influenced our thoughts and actions, shaped by where we live, and in turn, our culture shapes our thoughts. There are those who are powerful, and there are those who are weak. The harshness of the land where which we live reflects upon us, not only internally in the land, but also externally in other lands. The world gets to foresee how we think and act based on how we live. However, the extent to which we alter the domain reveals how we have evolved over time. Then, let the world know that the people of Lebanon would rather live amongst the rubble and rubbish of their waste. I do not wish to speak of conquering. I do not wish to tell you, let's make a waste recycling campaign, or let's using our cars less, or please, let's reduce the amount of time we use on electronics. I do not wish to tell you how we may do so, and I do not wish to address the causes of pollution for you. Because there are constitutions that supposedly enact. Many may have heard that Lebanon was bound to international treaties aimed at protecting the environment. The UNESCO Convention, the Rio de Janeiro Convention, and the London Treaty. These conventions had aimed respect for protecting the environment, and the Lebanese constitution has instrument articles for environmental protection. And to be more specific, there were 9 articles published in 29/7/2002. I won't talk about the 9 articles, I'll mention 3 of them. Article 5 reinforces that the nation is a basic environment protection plan. The nation that a basic environment protection plan is going to be implemented, and that the plan will be reviewed every 2 years. Where is that plan? Article 6 states that a National Environment Council consisting of 14 members will be established by a decree issued by the Minister of Environment. What has this council done? Article 8 affirms that a budget will be allocated for environmental purposes. Where is that budget? There are other articles, 7, 9, 10, and 13. I said it, and I'll say it now again. There are 9 environmental laws, articles, instruments since 2002, and yet we do not act. We humans still talk in terms of conquest. Seriously, humanity still talks in terms of conquest. We humans still haven't become mature enough to think of ourselves as a tiny dust particle, as a very tiny dust particle in a vast and incredible universe. Humanity has 3 and only 3 main sectors, if it's really willing to go green. First, we need to integrate environmental education into our environment system. The fight for the protection of the environment begins with education. Second, the Lebanese people must be made aware of the importance of their environment. And third, the political leaders must consider the environment and take the matter seriously. Environment is key to our life. Its preservation relies on our action. We must not only speak, we must also work and start taking actions toward making tomorrow a better future. It hurts to see Lebanon like this. It really does hurt to see Lebanon like this. And for this, I can do one and only one thing, is to promise myself first, and to promise my nation second, to protect it from corruption. Because I believe, and I'd like everyone here to believe, that progress starts with us. To do is to dare. Thank you.
Five minutes and 2 seconds.
Our next participant is Fatima Saifuddin.
كل من التربية والبيئة مسؤولية كبيرة على عاتق الإنسان، فكان لزما علي أن أطرح موضوع البحث متعلقا بالطفل والبيئة، فتكرموا علي بإصغائكم لبيان موضوعي على لسان الطفل الذي لا يزال قابعا في عمق عمقي. أعيدوني إلى تلك الورقة التي رسمت عليها عالمي. أعيدوني إلى تلك الألوان الزاهية التي تخيلتها حولي. عالمي يفيض بالروائع. مدينتي تسر كل ناظر، بحري تألق يفوق كل منظر. أما عالمكم فيفيض بالروائح، مدينتكم تبكي كل ناظر، وبحركم أوساخ يفوق كل ملوث. أعدوني إلى عالمي، إلى تلك الخطوط التي تحمل الحياة، ودعوني أبتسم لخضارها بعيدا عن سواد الموت وبياض المشافي. لو قدر لنا أن نغوص في عيون أولادنا ريثما تواجه حياتنا الحقيقية، لعرفنا أن ما قلته للتو لسان حال كل منهم. إنها جريمة بحق كل بريء، تلك المرتكبة بحق الطبيعة من قبلنا أجمع، فنرى نتائجها متناثرة على أيام أطفالنا. إنني ها هنا أتحدث عن بيئتنا التي تموت كل مرة ومعها تموت آمال الأطفال. أجل، فأكياس النفايات السابحة في بحرنا ومياه الصرف الصحي المتصل بأنهارنا لا تقتل الأسماك فحسب، كما أن دخان المصانع المتصل بسمائنا لا يميت الطيور فقط، فالسماء موطن الأحلام والطموحات بالدرجة الأولى. وكذلك فإن التلوث لا يقتل الطبيعة وحدها، بل إنه يعرض أطفالنا للموت البطيء. فبعيدا عن الأخطار الناجمة عن غياب الأخضر من سرطان وأمراض في الجهاز التنفسي، فقد توصلت دراسة حديثة أجراها باحثون في كلية الملك في لندن إلى وجود علاقة وثيقة بين الاضطرابات النفسية التي يعاني منها المراهقون والتلوث البيئي، وكذلك تقلص المساحات الخضراء. وحيث أن الدراسة أثبتت أن هناك علاقة وطيدة بين الإصابة بالاكتئاب ونوعية الهواء، وكذلك نوهت بأن الأطفال الذين ينشؤون في بيئة ملوثة للغاية أكثر عرضة بمعدل 3 إلى 4 مرات لإصابة باضطراب نفسي في سن 18. وعليه فإنه لا بد من أن نحمي بيئتنا لنحمي أطفالنا. ولا حارس للطبيعة كالأشجار الخضراء التي تساهم في منع التلوث بكافة أشكاله، فتعمل على تنقية الهواء بامتصاص الروائح والغازات الملوثة كأكسيد النيتروجين والأمونيا وثاني أكسيد الكربون، كما أنها تمنع عملية الجريان السطحي للماء أثناء هطول الأمطار، وتسمح بمرور الماء مباشرة إلى أسفل الجذع تحت الأرض فتحمل الملوثات. وكذلك تساعد جذور الأشجار على منع انزلاق التربة وتآكلها، والأهم أنها تخلق نوعا من الراحة النفسية والذهنية، ما يرفع من مستوى التفكير لدى الفرد وقوته. لذلك اسمحوا لي سيداتي وسادتي أن أقدم باسمي وباسم كل طفل قدر له العيش في عالمنا أن أقترح مشروع الحلم الأخضر، وهو مشروع يسعى لنشر الخضار في كل مكان عبر الحفاظ على ما وجد من أشجارنا وحمايتها من وحوش الإسمنت القاتلة، وإطلاق حملات تشجير في كل بقعة من بقاع لبنان ليعود بلد الأرز جميلا وهاجا كما يستحق وكما كان دائما، فنقرب بذلك عالمنا من عالم أمانة الله لنا، وننتشلهم من الكآبة والقلق والاضطرابات النفسية ليكثروا من أحلامهم التي لا بد من أن تلامس السماء.
4 minutes 2 seconds.
Our next participant was supposed to be Jaz Fakih, but he won't be able to speak today. So we'll skip to Jana Hindawi. Okay, even Jana, she's not here. I'm sorry. So then it's time for Joel Nasser.
صباح الخير. لبنان قطعة سما عقر التانية مائلة، لوحات الله راسمة، شطحات أحلى من الحلب. هيك غنى الصافي وهيك كل لبنان مقصد الزوار ومرتع السياح. شو صار؟ شو صار لشطحة هالسما سودت ولوحة الرب انسرقت ولهالشطحة النايمة على كتف الجنة غصت واختفت؟ لبنان النسمة العالية والترب الصالحة والمياه العذبة، لبنان الأخضر بجباله ووديانه، لبنان الحرير اللي توارثناه من جيل لجيل، وأجدادنا تعبوا وحاربوا واشتغلوا وسهروا كتير تيضل هالبلد نضيف ونفتخر فيه. بس شو صار؟ ماتوا أجدادنا؟ راح كل هالتعب؟ بدل ما يكون لبنان عم يتقدم كل ماله عم يرجع لورا. تلوث وين ما كان، بحر ملوث، شارع ملوث، مدارس جامعات. غرب ليه بده يكونوا أحسن منا؟ عم يتطوروا وعم يتميزوا ونحن عم نرجع لورا. قال لبنان احتل المرتبة الثالثة عالميا من ناحية التلوث ومرض السرطان، بهالمرض الخبيث اللي عم يفتك بأولادنا وأحفادنا. بتعرفوا شو السبب؟ بتراكم هالنفايات على الشواطئ والسواحل والجبال. هيدا التلوث عم يتراكم من سنة لسنة. نحن عم نقتل لبنان بإيدنا، نحن عم نحرق وندمر عزنا وفخرنا، نحن عم نحرق بلدنا. طيب عندي سؤال، ليه بيتعامل العرب مع قضايا البيئة على أساس مش عايشين على هالكوكب؟ بس هالإهمال هو اللي أدى لتدهور هالبيئة، حاسة وكأني عايشة بين القديس والسفاح. قديما كانت الفروسية تتغزل بجمال البيئة كأنها امرأة فاتنة الجمال، بس هلأ صار لازم نتغزل بالتلوث الرجل القبيح. السلام ما عاد مجرد مسالمة بين البشر والبشر على بيئة الأرض. يا خسارة، البيئة صارت مأساة وأصعب من الحرب. طيب لازم نفكر بالمستقبل لنحافظ على بلدنا ونحافظ على البيئة اللي منعيش فيها ونحافظ على الحي اللي منعيش فيه، ونحن علاقتنا بالحيوانات والأشجار. ولأنه إيه؟ لأنه بينقال عنا نحن جيل التكنولوجيا والتطور، لازم نقوي المحبة بالتعاون بين العالم كرمال نقتل هالتلوث حتى يخلق جيل جديد خالي من تشوهات تساعد المجتمع. الحرب للأسف دمرتنا، بس نحن لازم نكافح تندمر هالتلوث، لأنه من حق كل إنسان وكل طفل أنه يعيش ببيئة نظيفة متكاملة، أنه يتنفس هوا نظيف، يشرب مي نظيفة وياكل أكل نظيف. ومثل ما بيقول المثل، النظافة كالعادة كلها سعادة. ايد بايد بنعمل كلنا نحافظ على بيئتنا، لأنه المحافظة على البيئة هي مقياس لرقي الأمم وتقدمها، ومكانك النظيف بدل على أخلاقك وسر عنوانك. وإن الله سبحانه وتعالى جميل ويحب الجمال، طيب ويحب الطيب، نظيف ويحب النظافة، وإنه يدعو للطهارة. فكرمال هيك هيدا الأمر مش مستحيل، بيكمل بإيدنا الوحدة وقلوبنا الصافية، وبالتعاون بنقدر نحقق هدفنا تحت شعار هيدي بيئتنا رمز أجدادنا. ميرسي.
3 minutes, 29 seconds.
And next comes Julie Abu Shara.
It is our responsibility, ever since birth, to take care of our planet, to take care of our earth. We inherited it from our first breath, but we stabbed our daggers into its hearth. It is the responsibility of every child, adult, and teen to take care of the ocean and keep the trees green. Let's maintain them clean to give the next generation a better mean. It is our responsibility to go green. We are our Earth's deadliest foes, and if we don't go green, the green goes. Honorable judges, esteemed teachers, fellow participants. We live in a century where kids are being born with disabilities. We are bombarded with articles about animals growing on the verge of extinction, and people dying at the age of 50 has now become the common norm. The ice is melting, the sea level is rising, and many inhabited places like the mesmerizing Maldives, the fascinating Fiji, or the magnificent Marshall Islands are sinking. And we can pin all these crimes against humanity. We committed all these crimes, but we cozen them up with golden shrewdness and attribute them to global warming. Who has warmed the earth? Isn't it humanity? Should I call this humanity when I see so many humans with very little humanity? We brought this case upon ourselves. What shall we tell our ancestors about the treason we've committed against the earth we've inherited? What shall we tell the future generation about the molested treasure we're leaving them? Aren't we afraid of their harsh judgment for the stigma we're leaving behind? There are many factors that attribute to the chaotic mess we are facing today. We stripped Mother Nature of its glorious green dress and left it shivering with buildings. Furthermore, the harmful trash that surrounds us is causing uncountable diseases. But the main factor, according to experts' opinion, is the overuse of greenhouses, so mankind can have the luxury of eating unseasonable or tropical fruits at will. The sun emits sun rays the earth needs to prosper. The earth takes some of these rays and diverts the rest to the universe. Well, greenhouses depend on these rays so they can offer an accurate climate and right temperature for the plants. Greenhouses allow the passage of these sun rays, but not their departure, which is the main reason the Earth's temperature is rising. According to Green Tumble, the impacts of climate change on wildlife are dreadful. In fact, many ecosystems are starting to adapt to deforestation. And many animals are at the verge of becoming endangered, such as mountain lions, sea lions, mountain gorillas, and rhinoceroses. Climate change puts nutrient cycles at a risk, which has a knock-on effect on soil fertility. These effects aren't only important in terms of preserving biodiversity, but they are also critical for agriculture and food security. Climate change also has an impact on air quality. Due to climate change, more than half of the Earth's population will be exposed to increasing stagnant atmospheric conditions. Our Earth is sick, is infected by a disease. This disease is called humans. It's not too late to redeem ourselves. If every person starts to think about the future of mankind and care for the sustainability of Earth, we won't have to pass on such a deleterious planet. Let's reduce the use of greenhouses. Let's force all factories that emit harmful smog to use filters. Let's stop burning trash but rather recycle them. Recycling can be a chance for each child to be creative. If we start applying and implementing these tasks, then and only then we won't be a disease on this earth. Mankind is said to be the most intelligent among the species. Prove it. Thank you.
4 minutes, 24 seconds.
Our next participant is Lien Bardaji.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of our show, Wake Up! Here we have a very special guest.
خليه يعمل صوت من كونترول.
We're just waiting for the video to work or the sound.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of our show, Wake Up! Very special guest, the scholar specialized in environmental studies, Lynn Berberje.
Hi everyone. First, I would like to thank the RHU for contacting me and thank you, Joelle, for having me on your show. Second, I would like to dedicate a moment of silence for our planet Earth.
But why?
You see, that's a very interesting question, Joelle. Where's Joelle? According to the Worldwide Fund, we have witnessed over the past 40 years a 60% decline in the population of animals of all kinds. Again, you may ask, why? According to the UN Environmental Programme, 150 animal species go extinct every 24 hours because we think us humans can overpower anything, be it a cat, a dolphin, or even a flower. Earth has existed for 4.5 billion years. If we condense the Earth's age to 24 hours, we would have been here for, brace yourselves, 70 seconds. We split atoms, traveled through space, built marvelous architecture work. Yet, on the other hand, we created nuclear warfare, fires and world epidemics, terminated thousands and thousands of lives. All in 70 seconds. You see, global warming, environmental destruction, no waste production are the problem. It is us. We caused all of this. And we have the audacity to call ourselves an intelligent species? But we're not even close. See, an intelligent species would have predicted equal and opposite reactions to our actions.
But Liam, this cannot be applied to all, can it? I mean, Japan is probably the most civilized and modernized country yet. Also, a great salute to our viewers back in Japan.
Speaking of intelligent species, Japan, the land of high-tech and ethics, withdrew from the International Whaling Commission in December 2018. Japan is confirming that it will resume commercial whaling in July 2019. Mahatma Gandhi once said, "The greatness of a nation can be judged by the way its animals are treated." But I'm proud. Yes, I'm proud. I'm even full of hope for those who have finally woken up to reclaim the world environmental order. Countries like Germany, Finland, and Sweden are waking up and thinking green before green goes. Germany implemented the PFAN system, which encourages drink companies to use refillable plastic up to 25 times
and glass bottles up to 50 times. This reduces the amount of CO2 emissions since we have fewer bottles to be produced. This system cut down 46% of pollution by the end of 2012. Finland is an advocate to this case by adopting an eco-friendly culture which enabled it to keep their regions clean. In Sweden, a great example of going green is producing a number of hydroelectric and powered energy plants eligible to produce 100% renewable energy. But this planet is not only Germany's, Finland's, nor Sweden's. Exactly, we can make a difference too. You can walk to school or work. You can quit the over-packaging trend and use two sides of the paper and use pieces of paper. Okay, that's all the time we have for today. Any last comments before we end our episode? I want you all to close your eyes and imagine this. A barren and scorched land, not a living creature around. Then imagine a vast green area planted with colorful flowers. Birds are chirping and all of your favorite animals are roaming free. Which world do you want to live in?
4 minutes, 59 seconds.
And now let's welcome Maysam Surur. She is not here as well. So it's Mazen Nasser.
Good morning, everyone. Before I start, I want to say that before entering this competition, I had a challenge with my teacher and principal to present my speech in Arabic. Since I'm a French-educated student, nevertheless. But I challenged myself to present my speech in English to show that self-practice makes perfect. And it's not about the language, it's about the message. Honorable jury, fellow students and audience, our world, as we know, is suffering from serious issues today. And the most effective one isn't even the political or the economical or any sort of abstract problem, especially in Lebanon. The earth is becoming more gray than green. Why? Well, unfortunately, because people nowadays consider polluting as a normal act, as if every single piece of garbage will automatically disappear after we throw it away. And now, all the sources of pollution have increased. The air, the water, the soil, the light, and the noise pollution, all of these cause our country to be ranked third in the most polluted countries worldwide. And first, with cancer percentage. We should probably blame the elevation of our population, or the toxic power sources that we use, or even the technology for causing these damages. But we should really just blame ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a big difference between knowledge and awareness. We all know that throwing our garbage is bad, but why we do it anyway? Because we are unaware of the harm we're causing. It all starts with guidance and awareness, and of course, recycling is a main solution for this problem. But unfortunately, we can still see and smell the garbage floating in our streets, like we're living in a plastic bag. Therefore, what we need is strict global rules that punish for any environmental crime, because it's a crime that eventually leads to animal and human extinction. We're already suffering from global warming, people. So what are we waiting for? Latin America and China, for example, already solved their problems. This is why we need something to be applied globally. Because self-responsibility is not enough as a solution. We need more replacements, we need awareness. You may ask me how. I would say that it starts with the awareness from our educational system. We can raise a better generation by making them understand how important it is to go green. We can make a child plant a tree instead of playing with his iPad. They are the future. In addition, we can use the technology we have to replace the toxic power sources that we use with something eco-green, or something that allow us to reuse these toxic sources all over again instead of just using it to make money out of nature. I would like to say that it starts from you, it starts from me. Unfortunately, self-responsibility is not enough. We should all take responsibility for our action instead of just using our environment to make money. But if you think that money is more important than the environment itself, try counting your money while holding your breath and see how that feels like. Thank you, and go green, Lebanon.
3 minutes and 33 seconds.
Okay, so our next participant is Nisreen Kamouri.
Honorable judges, fellow audience members, Albert Einstein once said, "Look deep into nature and you'll understand everything better." Our society, our country, and our planet are in complete danger. Just take a moment and look around yourself. You'll see everything reminding you that our planet's power and health are failing. The slogan "Go Green" is widely spread, seen, and heard everywhere. But many don't even understand the meaning and the reason of why go green. Every hour, every minute, every second, Earth is getting weaker and constantly calling for help. But are we actually taking part in saving our environment? How can we make the world a better place? And why should we go green? The main thing that our planet is suffering from is the major phenomena of the scarcity of resources, where today, in the 21st century, we're still in constant struggle in protecting our environment and guaranteeing a healthy future for the coming generations. There's no doubt that we human beings contribute to the destruction of the environment, where less than 1% of the world's fresh water is readily available for human use due to pollution and rapid usage. Nevertheless, every year, around 850 million trees are cut down for paper-making purposes, and around 29 billion bottles are left without being recycled in one country. Can you imagine how disappointing the situation is? Is that how we pay back Mother Earth? Is that what we want? Aren't we fed up with the constant arguments about pollution, climate change, and global warming? For me, that's enough. Today, the concept of going green goes to a greater extent. It's not just about recycling, which is the first step towards change, but the term go green means much more than only recycling. It's how we live a life that is considered friendly to the environment and the earth. It's how to take the first step to minimize the harm towards the environment by reducing the usage of pesticides, for example. Furthermore, use your electricity wisely, use non-toxic products, and make eco-friendly food choice. And always remember that every step you take would affect your life. To sum things up, we think that change is impossible and beyond the human abilities and capacity. There are lots of important issues in this world, but we just don't want to do anything about them. When was the last time you tried recycling at home? Forget trying. When was the last time you even thought at helping your environment? Sadly, none of us do anything about it. Start with the easiest and the simplest thing, like switching off lights. Just do it. Do your duty to go green. Thank you.
4 minutes and 3 seconds.
So the next participant now is Ola Harb. Yeah.
Good morning. Honorable judges, esteemed teachers, fellow participants. Imagine a world with no trees, contaminated water, and polluted air. Oh, wait! You are living in it right now. And the most disastrous of all is that you are the one causing all this chaos. And honestly, it's not only you. It's all mankind. We people are living on this planet as if we have another one to go to. And the truth is, we don't. So how about we live with what we need? Anyway, greed isn't an actual need. We all know that the greens all around us are the reason we actually breathe. But why? Why do we survive just because of them, in the very same time we are killing them? Cutting trees off, littering wherever we go, simply by being the pollutant itself. Why? We must care. Each and every one of us should care. Starting from me personally, to reach all of us. I care for the environment. I care for its trees and its forests. I care for the ozone layer that is dilating day after day because of mankind's nature-destroying acts. Everywhere I go, I see hundreds of cars lining up in the traffic jam, producing toxic gases for all living creatures to inhale. Every time I breathe, I notice an awful mixture of vile and strange smells in the air. This is a very sensitive conflict the whole world is suffering from. Well, it's actually weird to suffer from the outcomes of something you have caused to happen yourself. We need more cooperation between all of us. Mother Nature needs our help. We need to save her. We need to care. I want to ask you a question right now. If you really consider nature as your mother, would you cut her hands and legs off? If you really consider nature as your mother, would you abuse her and violate her rights? Would you throw garbage at her face? Would you? Why are we doing this to her? This is definitely subject to change. Well, if you look around, you can see many recycling bins. So instead of throwing trash around, I don't think it's really hard to aim your garbage at this little bin. At home, try and separate your litter into different types of trash so that it will be more helpful when it comes to recycling. Try to reduce the amount of garbage you produce and reuse yourself using the 3R system: reduce, reuse, and recycle. If each and every one of us does this, we can save the environment from the ongoing tragic crisis. I care. Yes, I do. I care for all these vast green areas around me. I care for their rights. I care for humans and animals too, which are part of this nature that would never even exist without a tree. I care for my silent best friend that hears my thoughts without me actually having to speak. I care for my natural mother, because this simple act of caring is heroic. Thank you.
3 minutes and 25 seconds.
I'd like to remind you that the judges of the public speaking competition are Dr. Najwa, Ms. Mona Shaheen, and Ms. Saleh Hamoud. And next comes Sana Farouk Idani.
Ignoring how my hair looks, how perfect my makeup is. On a second thought, is it still good? I am here standing in front of you in the name of humanity, in the name of peace, in the name of water, in the name of a green hero. A green hero that turns the world upside down. Is it a green lantern? Ladies and gentlemen, it has come to my interest, upon recent circumstances, the importance of Litani River. Litani River that provides water for approximately 30% of the Lebanese people. Litani River that could save Lebanon from the water problem he faces and the electricity one. However, the same river, instead of helping, has been spreading diseases among our people. Nonetheless, this reality that we live in could change for the better. As we know, heroes only pop out when the worst times arise, and so does this green hero. A recent study in 2018 by the Finance and Public Work Committees in the Lebanese Parliament showed that the cleaning of Litani River costs around $773 million. Where the money is put on, $14 million will go to solid waste treatment, $2.6 million for agriculture pollution, $2.6 million for industrial pollution, and $712 million will go for sewage treatment. That is equal to $714 million being put in to clean Litani River from chemical waste. However, our hero costs less, with far more accurate and effective results. Upon recent studies done by the Northern Western University and Argonne National, it showed that our green hero can remove radioactivity from fresh water. Our green hero, also known as green alga, is a plant organism that contains chlorophyll. The good news is that Lebanon, specifically Litani River authorities, is working with LG Sonic and World WaterNet to clean the Litani River and Karun Lake by the help of alga. Unfortunately, nothing has been done until now. From this point, and upon the knowledge of all the above studies, it is my duty to enlighten you on the solution that could be done to eliminate the problem. I, as a Lebanese student, implore you to support the project. which is planting green algae all around the Litani River and the lake. It does not have to be financially. Support could come in many forms. As an example, you could make campaigns, participate in campaigns in order to encourage this project. Another form of support could be offering a hand. When these projects need a hand to help in cleaning the Litani River, you could volunteer to help. In the end, it all reflects back to us. Nothing is done just because. It all affects us in a way or another. Overall, the Litani River is our future. The Litani River, which covers 30% of the Lebanese country, is the only source of fresh water that could cover Lebanon as a whole. It could also provide electricity, which is a magma problem in Lebanon, for 24 hours over 7 days. Can you imagine that? As a farewell, I will leave you the quote that has caught my attention and has been on my mind ever since. Our Buckminster Fuller once said, "Pollution is nothing but the resources we are not harvesting. We allow them to disperse because we've been ignorant of their values." Thank you.
Four minutes and 4 seconds.
Four more participants. I hope you're all here. Next comes Tara Jaroudi. Yes, please. We're hearing a lot of noise, so the judges can't really hear the participants well. So if you please remain silent, please.
Good morning. I will start my speech by asking you to do me a favor. I want you to close your eyes, please, and imagine this. Imagine living in a world that is based on dark, bitter, lifeless societies that lack the beauty of the colorful flowers and green trees. Imagine having a cup of coffee on your balcony and the neighbor is directly in front of you, staring at you with no space between you. It's a little weird, but one day this is going to happen, though it's what we're trying to avoid. That will be the case if we do not preserve green spaces. Now open your eyes. It's hard to imagine the situation. Visualize how hard it may be to actually live this life. There are a lot of reasons for craving the necessity to go green, but the highest voting is to, with a drum roll please, making the planet livable for future generations, according to Sustainable Earth. And to accomplish such desire, one of the foremost ways is to encourage, prosper, and fund green spaces such as parks and gardens. Let's talk about the projects done here in Lebanon, our beloved country. Our beloved country has been suffering for an enduring time from such issues. This is why students of several universities have assembled a photo tour to augment awareness on environmental cases to help educate and instruct people on how to preserve the environment. Moreover, Beirut Green Project cooperated with Shiva Lila to manage a yoga session in Hajj Beirut. The purpose of this project is to protect Beirut from losing green spaces. Now honestly, we can say all we want, but that's not going to change the fact that these projects only prevent such harms. However, they do not diminish the damage that's been already done. Who doesn't use technology nowadays? The Wi-Fi? The smartphones? No. So isn't it a good recommendation that we widen our network to the parks and gardens of our city? Charging people with debts that cost less than the cafes or their own homes network. Allowing people from a distance to connect wirelessly from inside the park is a way to aid in utilizing public interaction as a side benefit to correctly using green spaces. Another actual method to maintain such spaces is to reduce parking lots and construct environmental places corresponding to green areas, like planting trees, and escalate the number of gardens and yards. How, you may ask? By condemning to the authorities that this situation is unbearable and persuading them to overrule the ability of owning several vehicles per person. By this way, we can block buildings from purchasing our spaces. Last but never least, we have to come forward as a united front and save God's green earth from sinking in a sea full of vandalism and destruction. And just a reminder, we're all in here today to defend Go Green with all the humanity that's within. Thank you.
3 minutes and 26 seconds.
Our next participant is Wasim Kubrusli. Wasim Kubrusli. He's not here as well, okay. So we'll move to Yasmin Abdul Ghani.
Honorable jury, fellow contestants. She needs us. She needs us desperately. We have been abusing her, torturing her, and destroying her. Yet she remained silent. Oh, Mother Nature, we have stolen your trees, your lands, your animals, your beauty, and your resources. You never hesitate to give us, yet we never realized that we were too greedy. In 2017, the Amazon, the lungs of the universe, lost 7,900 kilometers squared, which is equivalent to 1 billion trees. Climate change has caused more than half plant and animal species in Southwest Australia, South Africa, and the Amazon to become at risk. In addition, 2 million tons of sewage are disposed into our seas and oceans every single day. Yes, this is what man has done to Earth. This is what we have done to Mother Nature. You're probably wondering if it's too late to take action. But the truth is, it is never too late. We can take action. We can lift nature from the abyss of man's greediness. We can change things. We really can. But how? It all starts with you. Y-O-U. You. You might probably think that your presence is too negligible to actually make a difference, but if every person in this room says so, then how will we ever create a tangible difference? We must all acknowledge the fact that our existence has contributed to nature's gruesome reality and step up and take action to change it. We must all collaborate in the rehabilitation of nature. But again, how? Have you ever heard of the 5 R's? Refuse, reduce, reuse, repurpose, and recycle. You're probably familiar with them, but do we actually apply these to our daily life? So, refuse. If a restaurant offers you a plastic bag or a straw, refuse it, because you know that plastic requires around 200 years to decompose, and it damages and harms aquatic life. Therefore, refuse it and take action to save nature. Reduce. Instead of consuming this grocery bag, take your own reusable bag instead. They're more eco-friendly and can actually contribute. Reuse. We all use plastic bottles, don't we? But if we actually want to contribute in saving nature, we must all stop consuming these plastic bottles and get our own reusable bottles instead. That will last us for many years. Now, repurpose. Repurpose is basically just getting creative around the house. If you have something, don't throw it away. You can use it and benefit from it. You can use old clothes that are not suitable for donation to create crafts, jewelry, and furniture, and a lot more. And finally, recycle. Recycling is actually quite simple. All you have to do is collect plastic, papers, and metal, put them in the back of your car, and drive to an NGO that is responsible for recycling. Live, Love, Recycle, Ganache, Arc-en-Ciel, and Ibad al-Rahman are all NGOs that are responsible for recycling. There's one thing that you need to keep in mind. Some of these NGOs are even willing to drive to your house and collect the recyclable materials. So we don't have any more excuses to be lazy. Never forget to turn off the lights. In addition, always replace the light bulbs in your house into LEDs, which consume 50% less energy. This way, you will save the environment and, of course, your wallet. Now, many of you might think that what I suggested is very simple, but the truth is not all of us apply these to our daily lives. So what can we do about that? Today, I want all of you to start applying the strategies that I suggested into your daily life and choose only one of them. Only one. Commit yourself to spreading awareness about them in your community. If you want to encourage recycling initiatives, then collaborate with an NGO and spread recycle bins around your neighborhood. You really can do it. Remember, as I previously said, it all starts with you, and you can make the difference. Let's all collaborate and stand hand in hand for nature. Let's save the world by going green. Thank you.
Four minutes and 39 seconds.
And now with the last participant, Rina Abu Shaqra. She's not here as well? Okay, so we've arrived at the finish of the public speaking competition, and thank you all for the beautiful speeches you've delivered. But as you know, among the 14 participants, we have to choose, so now we will invite the judges to discuss the results, please. And meanwhile, we'll present the videos. We'll watch them together. Okay, and we're going to say that the sustainability projects, since we found that they are not really like projects, they are more like videos, we had to merge the videos and the sustainability projects and present them as videos, not projects. So instead we'll have like 5 winners that were merged between videos and sustainability videos. We'll call them sustainability videos. One of them will get the 50% scholarship, the second place will get the 30%, and the 3 remaining will get each 25% scholarship. We're waiting, we're just waiting for... Okay, are you ready? Yeah, we're going to announce the winners. The 5th place goes to Noor Damaj, ثانوية المنهل. The 4th place goes to محمد النداب and لين بديع, ثانوية المقاصد الإسلامية. The 3rd place goes to جنى مناع, ثانوية البازورية. And the second place goes to Karim Al-Bizri, Rafik Hariri High School. Yes, where's the excitement? The first place goes to Reem Sariyad Deen. We're going to watch them together now. And at the end, we'll present the certificates and the scholarships for you. Yeah, we'll start from the fifth winner video.
المشروع هو إعادة استعمال الأناني البلاستيك بدلا من إنه نكبها بالزبالة، والمعروف إنه البلاستيك هو عدو البيئة لأنه بيتحلل. بعد تفكير بإعادة استعمالها فكان المشروع الزراعة في أناني البلاستيك. أول خطوة عملناها بعدنا إعلان عن المشروع بالإذاعة الصباحية. من بعدها بلشنا بتجميع الأناني البلاستيك اللي بيستعملوها طلاب المدرسة وبالبيت. بمساعدة طلاب الصف السابع بلشنا بتجهيز الأناني من خلال قصقصتها وتلوين الأغطية ومن بعدها صرنا نربط الأناني ببعضها البعض. من بعدها بلشنا نحط تراب مخصص للزرع وحطينا بذر الورود ملونة فيه. بنفس الوقت كان نادي البيئة بالمدرسة عم يعمل أبحاث عن التلوث، وكان لافت وجود أكياس البلاستيك بكثرة. من هون انطلق مشروع استبدال أكياس النايلون بأكياس قماش، وبلشوا بتعميم الفكرة بالمجتمع داخل وخارج المدرسة. بلشوا بإرسال مسجز واتساب وأعلنوا بالإذاعة الصباحية، وبلشوا بمشاركة المشروع على السوشيال ميديا. دخلوا على كل الصفوف لشرح موضوع المشروع مع الإشارة للأضرار اللي ممكن يتسببها مادة النايلون، وتعاقدوا مع مخزن بسام بمدينة صيدا لبيع الأكياس وتعمير ثقافة استعمال أكياس القماش بدل النايلون. حلول موجودة، صار لازم نطبق.
أول حصن طبعا كل الشغل
by cancer because of this pollution. But the biggest problem here is that our masses are never aware. And most holders of positions and funds are never aware too. Who really don't care are just a small class of people. The solution is always in front of us. We should just rescue the server. Or all of us.
Please, guys, remain silent.
Okay.
And next is the first winner.
The environment plays a significant role in life. It provides indispensable necessities to humans, animal life, and plant life, such as water, shelter, and air sources. As mere visitors of the earth, humans need to recognize the issues facing the environment and take action. The causes of species loss are mostly man-made. They range from climate change to pollution to deforestation and beyond. Council of Ministers, Mr. Rafik al-Hariri took up the challenge. He immediately ushered Lebanon into the post-war era, starting a massive reconstruction effort that transformed Lebanon in less than 6 years from a war-torn country to a huge reconstruction site domestically and a respected player on the international scene. At the same time, Mr. Hariri also paid a special attention to the social, educational, and health problems that Lebanon was facing as a result of the war. How is it possible that the most intellectual creature to ever walk on Earth is destroying its only home? Why is it that when we damage property, it's called vandalism, but when we damage the environment, it's called progress? Our mother nature is suffering. Garbage, sewage, smoke, accidents, reducing rain, all of those negatively impact our nature, starting from massive physical damage, an economy in tatters, and political division. Small acts when multiplied by millions of people can change the world. So let's put hand in hand and save the earth. Go green and save green. Mother Earth is a living organism too. Love, honor, and respect her.
Thank you. And now بدي ادعي the chairperson of the Languages and Humanities Department, Dr. Hiyam Lutfi, and Mr. Kamal Terro اللي راح يستلم درع التقدير عن مستر محمود ماجد كمان اللي اضطر انه ما يكون معنا اليوم لانه عنده تصوير طارئ. وحضرتهم رح يسلموكم for the 5 winners certificates. ريم سري الدين. Yes, first place. نريم البزري.
الندب فقدته الضحايا يعني.
Jana Manna, next. I'd like to announce انه نحن امبارح عرفنا ال sustainability projects رح يصيروا ضمن الفيديوز فرح نعطيكم certificate of participation، بس اكيد حتحصلوا على 25% scholarship، بس ما رح تكون مطبوعه لانه امبارح تعرفنا وما قدرنا نطبعها دغري. مين بدي عند محمد دنا؟ نور دمش. Thank you so much, Doctor, and this is for you. Thank you for your time and your attendance as well. And this is for Mr. Mahmoud Majid, that couldn't be with us today. And of course, Dr. Hiyam, this is yours. And now we'll announce the winners of the writing competition. One minute so I can get the paper. Dr. Hiyam and Dr. Graziella Harib. She's the judge of the essay competition. And Dr. Maisa Banat. We're just waiting for Dr. Graziella to be with us. Okay. So we'll start. So we start with the Arabic essay competition. The third place goes to رغد فارس ثانوية المنهل. Second place goes to Jamila Al-Khatib, also from ثانوية المنهج. And the first place goes to Yara Faqih, ثانوية بدرية. And next comes the English essay competition, with the third place goes to وائل طويل. ثانوية الحريري الثالثة. Second place, also from ثانوية الحريري الثالثة، حسن غزاوي. Drum roll, yes. And the first place goes to لين بربرجي. ثانوية مقاصد عمر بن الخطاب. Is Dr. Graziella here? Dr. Graziella. So. Okay, so she's here. We'll present the trophies for you. Much appreciated. Dr. Marisa. Thank you all for the effort and the time put in this competition. And finally, we're waiting for the public speaking results. You all did a great job. And at the end, we're going to present certificates of participation for all of you, for the schools as well. Oh, and we have the best certificate. You'll see it in a bit. So the results are here. Yes, and I'm kindly inviting the judges, Dr. Okay, now I'll invite Dr. Faris in order for her to give the award.